presentes el día de hoy.
Thank you everyone for being here. It's a very difficult time. It's difficult to be here in front of you today saying, I have DACA and they're gonna take that away from me. DACA allowed me to work, to buy a car, to drive without fear of being stopped by a cop, with the fear of deportation, to continue with my educational goals, professional goals. And there was a decision made today to take that away.
Make sure they can hear us up there. Make sure Mayor Rothschild can hear us. All right, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Edward Cara. I'm an organizer with Lupe Immigrants' Rights Action Committee here in town. And we work with immigrants' rights actions, immigrants' rights movements here in town to promote legalization. Families who have a job and are wanting to contribute, and now they're being persecuted. So we're here today to let the city representatives, other institutions here present, that in Tucson, we're not going to allow this. We have a history of resistance in this country. There's Isabel Garcia, and I just want to point her out. Long time solidarity queen, who very well knows what resistance looks like. We've been resisting in this city, and we're going to continue fighting back, organizing, protecting our communities, protecting our families, and making sure they know that we're not going to stand for it. Just like we did with SB 1070, just like we continue doing with the police, Border Patrol collaboration that continues to happen, and people get detained and are sent to corporations, jailed by corporations to fill a bed and fill profit books. So we want them to know that here in City Council, the mayor, I would like to know, where is the mayor today? Where's the mayor? City county, city officials, council member, they should be here supporting us. They should be here standing with the community that's demanding they take a stand and defend them. We got to demand they take concrete steps to defend vulnerable communities here that are being, again, criminalized, persecuted, continue to be attacked by the federal government. The city needs to take a stand in defending and protecting our communities. And at the national level, we cannot forget that even if a Bridge Act or a small-time reform is passed, we welcome anything that protects human beings, that protects student documented, but we're not going to stop there, because we don't want crumbs. We want a full, and we should be continue fighting for a full and just and humane immigration.
Streets for us to have this. So I don't know if 45 is aware of what he just created or what he just woke up. You just took everything away from a group of people, or at least you think you took everything away from a group of people. But in doing so, you also took away our fear. We now, we're all aware, we now have nothing to lose, really. So he just woke up an entire army of people who are willing to practically die for this cause. And I don't think he was aware of this when he came into office, when he attacked us, when he attacked our parents. So this is much bigger than how insignificant he thinks it is. Because now, today, there are people all across this country doing press conferences and speaking about this. So I hope that he's aware. I hope that he's ready, because we're not going to give up. And like Edward said, SB 1070, our parents, they came for our parents, and now they came for us. And we still have the energy, and we still have the fight in us, and we're no longer afraid.
U.S.-Mexico border, asking for them to be allowed to return home. It was this intense moment when on the other side, many of you were there on the other side chanting, "Bring them home." And Border Patrol or Customs was there, and it was this intense moment, and the media was pushing in around us. And at that moment, there was one of the dreamers, Marco Saavedra, he said there was media pushing in on him, and they said, what are you feeling right in this moment of intensity? And he quoted scripture, which I loved, of course, and he said, perfect love casts out all fear. And it was beautiful, and I have returned to that over and over again. I've told that story over and over again in talking about the work of Sanctuary and the fierce and unstoppable love that motivates our work. Those words that he shared in that moment changed my life and gave me a framework to think about the work that we're called to here in Southern Arizona, because everything that we do is rooted in the belief that indeed love casts out all fear. Because the thing,
our humanity has been generalized, and it has become a buzzword, and we have become political pawns. but we each of us have our own humanity, and that should be respected. And I want to talk about the intersectionalities of our realities, and I want to rise up the voices of the undocumented and deported. I want to raise the voices of the undocumented and queer, of the undocumented and trans community, of the undocumented and Muslim, undocumented and Black. For all those undocumented individuals who have passed away in the fight, and all of our parents who have suffered, and all of us here today going through it day by day. Our life becomes a situation where we live one day at a time because we have no other choice but to again. Today, our DACA was taken away, and we are back to where we were back in 2001 when the DREAM Act was first introduced. Politicians have always had the chance to do something for more than 10, 15 years, and they have never done so again.
United will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. The people united